Good evening and welcome to Tucker Carlson Tonight. Here's a funny thing that we noticed the other day. People debate all the time about mass immigration. What you never hear anybody do is make the economic case for mass immigration. And here's why. Our country's economy is becoming more automated and tech-centered by the day. It's obvious that we need more scientists and skilled engineers, but that's not what we're getting. Instead, we're getting waves of people with high school educations or less. Nice people, no one doubts that, but as an economic matter, this is insane. It's indefensible, so nobody even tries to defend it. Instead, our leaders demand that you shut up and accept this. We have a moral obligation to admit the world's poor, they tell us, even if it makes our own country poorer and dirtier and more divided. Immigration is a form of atonement. Previous leaders of our country committed sins. We must pay for those sins by welcoming an endless chain of migrant caravans. That's the argument they make. If it sounds like something that some dopey sociology professor at Long Beach State thought up half drunk in the 70s, you're right. That's pretty much exactly what it is. And yet somehow the immigration as atonement idea has become the official position of virtually every guilty liberal in the United States. Our tech overlords, the ones always lecturing you, corporate America, Nancy Pelosi, and Paul Ryan. They all believe this. And anyone who disagrees with them is denounced as a bigot and fired. What's so amusing, though, is that nobody ever bothered to explain any of these rules to the people of Tijuana. Tijuana is in Mexico, which means they're Mexican citizens. And by academic definitions popular in this country, they must be oppressed. Nobody in the American left ever imagined that the people of Tijuana would display the classic symptoms of white privilege. And yet, when a caravan of Honduran immigrants showed up in their city uninvited, that's exactly what they did.
You know of incidences here in Tijuana and in other cities that some of these people that are coming into with these caravans are committing crimes. This is not about racism. We don't dislike a certain group of people because they're from one country or another. We are here because our government has not taken control of these, what we call invasion.
The country have to be beware of these people because they are people, they are bad people.
Well, it sounds like a Trump rally. When did Mexican citizens start talking like this? It's confusing, and of course, it's also deeply hilarious and pretty satisfying to watch. What's more predictable is how leaders of the caravan are starting to talk. Suddenly, they sound like community college professors from Long Beach, entitled, cut off from reality, and highly aggressive. Yesterday, a group of leaders of the caravan marched into the U.S. consulate in Mexico and demanded $50,000 in exchange for returning to their own countries. Huddled masses yearning to breathe free? Nope. Cynical shakedown artists who've been watching too much CNN. No surprise there. When rich liberals tell you that America owes you a comfortable life, nobody should be shocked when you believe them. Well, Genaro Lopez is a municipal official from Tijuana, an elected official. He's not a bigot. He's not suffering from white privilege or toxic masculinity. He's just a citizen who's upset about what is happening to the city he loves. He joins us from just across the border in Tijuana. Mr. Lopez, thank you for joining us. We in the United States were told that the migrant caravan would make our country better, would improve America. Has the migrant caravan made Tijuana better? What has been the effect of having the caravan in your city?
Hi, Tucker. Good afternoon from Tijuana. Things aren't getting better. They're probably getting worse. Last weekend, we issued an ultimatum to all the Hondurans and Guatemalans that are camping out here on the street. They're blocking the street and they're doing all their necessities, trashing the street. And we have a school closed here. This is the third week being closed, and they won't open until these guys leave. And we issued an ultimatum for 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. They had to go. Sunday, they will be removed by force. And a priest came here. He's very well known, Padre Solalinde, and he talked with them and said they shouldn't go, that they should stay, that he would talk to the federal authorities. So Sunday, the director of disaster relief from Mexico City, he issued an order to stop and don't remove them by force. So they're still here. Problems are still going on. There's been like 280 arrests. Before it was only for drug possession and being drunk in the streets. Now it's for breaking and entering into homes. People have even made citizens arrest of them. and things aren't very nice here, and the neighborhoods is tired of them, the merchants, and the schools.
So you've had home break-ins. Are you certain that it was migrant caravan members who broke into those homes?
Yeah, there's a video on Facebook, and in the video he says his name, and he says he's from Honduras.
How are the police handling
Also, we had. Well, police are on 24-hour alert on this, and they're worried about this because we don't want crime rate to go up here in Mexico. We are a very tourist town, and we live of tourism, and Christmas season is one of our best times for tourism here and for sales, and things aren't very good right now. Also, we don't want these migrants to make the U.S. nervous, and they had 2 marches this Sunday from the new shelter. They made a march to the U.S. consulate, and they delivered 2 letters. One was directed directly to President Donald Trump, and they were demanding that if they didn't get political asylum from the U.S., he should pay them $50,000 to go honorably back home. And also they were demanding that he should extradite President Juan Orlando Hernandez from Honduras to the United States, and he should remove 13 big military bases and big businesses from the United States that are in Honduras, and they're accusing them of depleting the Honduran economy.
So they're demanding money or they won't leave. That sounds like an extortion attempt.
Yeah. Sounds like a ransom, yeah. If you want them to go back, you have to give $50,000 to each one of them. But like 700 have been, yeah.
I was just saying that the political leaders in the United States encouraged this caravan, and media figures, people on television in this country, encouraged the caravan to come north. Now they're in your city. What would you say to the politicians and media figures in the U.S. who encourage them to come to Tijuana?
Well, Tijuana is a great town. It opens its arms to anyone who wants to come here in peace and to live here, no problem. But if you come here in a violent move, if you come here against our sovereignty, you're not welcome here. Really, we don't want these problems. We have our own problems, and we're dealing with them.
Yeah.
We don't want problems from other countries to start invading us here and creating all this havoc that has been happening.
Yeah, closed schools, people living in the street, home invasions. I can see why. Our heart goes out to you, Mr. Lopez. Thank you very much for that update tonight.
Okay, thank you.